Join the legendary Force MDs in the morning, along with Dr. Pebbly Pooh, the first female hip-hop soloist, in the mornings on the Force MDs Morning Show, featuring Dr. Pebbly Pooh, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, live on Facebook or on Uni TV and radio on the Force MDs page.
You're not being afraid to admit your past as being a pickpocketer.
What?
Toby will take your welfare card out your pocket.
Beep beep.
Toby will take your welfare card out your pocketbook and take your cheese off the line.
Take your cheese, please.
Toby would take your wick. Where they had the wick, what they call the wick, what? your wick, what are they, wick, what are they, tickets, what they was? Huh? Toby would take your wick, your free milk, everything. Toby, man. Oh, man, listen, y'all. I think our guest just came on here, but I'm trying to figure out why is he moving. He's moving a building right now. He's actually saying he's moving a building. Yo, this dude is gone. This brother's moving a building right now.
I told him about pushing buildings from one street to the next street.
He's pushing a building right now. Y'all can't see what we see right now because he's behind the scenes, like, showing us what he can do. He's actually moving a building right now. Oh my Lord, have mercy. Listen. Let's get right to it. Our brother, who we love. Brother, who we love.
Chief
one and only. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Lifetime Achievement Award winner.
Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Remember that?
Yeah. Listen, man. Grandmaster. Melle Mel, a.k.a. Muscle Simmons, man.
What's up, my beloved brothers?
What the hell is going on now?
Hey, we just trying to keep this thing, in a positive motion. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of things in hip hop been changing, and then sometimes you got to change with the changes, and then sometimes you got to leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to keep my thing, in a positive motion.
Hey man, first of all, Mel, like I said, hold on, Carlo.
Yes, I'm sorry, okay.
Mel, you look great, man. You look great, man. I'm serious, man. You keeping yourself together, man. No, I'm telling you, you look like you are 32 years old, going on 33 next week.
Hey, you know what? We all blessed, we all blessed, and when God gave you something as important as your life, you should be, trying to, work hard to hold on to it. It ain't like he gave it to you forever. You know what I mean? It's temporary. You know what I mean? So, that's my thing. I'm a true believer. Every day is a holiday. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna open up a book or read a calendar just to see what day is a holiday. If you open your eyes, you good. That's holiday enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, my brother.
Now, let me just say this. It's just a lot of people on here. They chiming in, and there's one person particularly from Jacksonville, Mississippi. She's going a little crazy right now. We got to calm her down a little bit. Sorry about this, Mel. We don't normally do this. We have to calm her down a little because she's getting a little out of hand, Mel. So just bear with us.
All right.
Ass down. I didn't want to do it. I don't want to do it, Mel. I'm just trying to tell her that look. Oh my gosh, listen. She's getting a little too happy, Mel. Mel's getting a little too happy, Mel.
I told you to calm down.
Whoopee.
Listen, Mel is not doing
that. I get the pregnant.
Don't get no thoughts in your mind. It's I'm not happening. Mel, let's get back to
Hey, yo.
Let's get back to the sketch program. Hey, Mel, not only you're a hip hop legend and icon, man, you're a beautiful brother, knowledgeable brother. You know what I mean, that knows your, history, been in the game, and I want to jump right into the workout and what you doing. I know a lot of people, they like at the end, so you got your own company and you doing what's going on? Because I know you told me before you've been working out for a while, and like
yeah.
You're doing you got your whole business thing set up. Tell us about what you got set up with the health and all the stuff like that, and working out.
Well, basically, we putting out our pre-workout. We, found a formulator that could formulate a good product. So we got the pre-workout that we get ready to come out with is on the market right now. You go to furioussports.com. And you could order the pre-workout, and we're gonna come out with it's a hip hop. We got the hip hop pre-workout, then we're gonna come out with the hip hop hydration. It's almost like I'm gonna say it's like a Gatorade kind of thing, because see, with working out, you have to take you always have to keep your body hydrated. So it's like you got to have a good protein source. Then before you work out, if you work out hard like me, like an intense workout, it ain't like I'm a spring chicken. I need a little extra boost. So you take the pre-workout, and then either while you working out, during your workout, or after your workout, you got to hydrate yourself because you're sweating, so you got to put all that back in so that you could, because you don't want to come out the gym depleted. When I work out, I could work out for 3 hours and I'll come out the gym like I just walked in the gym, because I know how to rehydrate my system. So that's what we doing with the furioussports.com. Like I said, you go to furioussports.com, you order the pre-workout. We're gonna come out with another product in about another, like the hydration product, in about another month or two. And I'm also doing a hip hop aerobic thing. It's called Melesthetics. We got the Melesthetics coming. We're gonna put that on them. You know what I mean? We're gonna put that on them, and it's basically it's a cardio workout. Cause that's my thing. Like, people think I look big, but I lost about 35, 40 pounds. I dropped 35, 40 pounds because I wanted to come in more tighter and I wanted to be lighter. Cause like, look, I'm 61 years old. So this is my whole theory behind it. I'm 61 years old. So looking at people that's in their 70s and especially in their 80s and 90s, and then all the people that's blessed to be 100, none of them is big. People in their 90s and 100s, none of them are big. They all are slight. So for me to try to hold on to that size, if I'm trying to make it into 90 or 100, God willing, I'm gonna have to take off some size. I'm gonna have to try to reel it in.
Get a little lean with the muscles.
Yeah, because that's what them bodybuilders do. They try to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't know what it is about getting big or just having weight. But like I said, if you look at people in their 90s and especially in their 100s, none of them are big. They slight. So I'd rather just try to tone it down, because I want to last. Like I said, God gave me a blessed life, a beautiful life. We did something 45 years ago that changed the world, and I want to hold on as long as I can hold on. Just if nothing else, just to be the guy that's standing there and say, you see this nigga right here? That was the nigga that did that shit 40 years ago that made it so that these dudes could do it today. If nothing else, just for that. You know what I mean? And that's what the whole thing is all about. Now, the benefits of it, you do get a body, and then the benefits of it, if you could put together the company and the company is successful, you'll make money. But the simplistics of the whole thing is just me wanting to hold on to that beautiful life that God has given us all.
Now, Mel, do you have any partners in this that do it with you, or you do it on your own?
You mean working out?
No, I'm saying like with your company. Is it you?
Oh no, it's me and Scorpio.
Oh,
and we got
okay.
We got a formulator. He does all the business. See, my thing is just I'ma just show up. Like if we get a show, I don't even care where the show is. Like if you have, yeah, where the next show at, Mel? I don't care. I'm just gonna go do it. I ain't trying to complicate it. I ain't gonna complicate it like that. Wherever that show, I'm gonna show up. Just give me the address. Give me the flight information. I'm gonna show up and do the show. And Scorp is the one that puts everything together. You know what I mean? He does all the particulars and the ground transpo and all that. And I do my thing. So we've been doing that for forever, and we got a good good relationship, and we running the thing real good.
That's good.
Let me do this, Mel, because I just want everybody to see. Melle Mel really puts it in. You know what I mean? So I know everybody who's tuning in and looking right now, they saying like, damn. They said, yo, it says it's been a long time, man, since I last see you. She said, stop it. I say, see, that's what I'll tell you about, Mel. Listen, look, I apologize, Mel, because we look. There's always that one person we got to always come back and get.
Hey, yo, you wild. Yo, you wildin'. Y'all wildin'.
Every time we showed the video of you, and it's just like, Steve, what's going on there?
Melle Mel.
You don't know what's going on there. You got to figure this shit out here, man.
All right.
But Mel, let me say something, man. Look, a lot of people don't know it take a lot of discipline to work out, man, and because a lot of us go through these little up and down periods and stuff of trying to stay in shape and eating right and stuff like that, and it's really like you got to put that extra effort in and knowing what to eat, what your body needs, and creating that time for yourself to be that you committed to you first, because it's like I know for you, Mel, from watching you and hearing you talk, working out is like almost like a therapeutic and like it's like another form of meditation, because I seen you with Sean G.
Right.
I see you with Sean G outside doing the pull-ups. I said, no. Yo, if y'all know, Mel's on his YouTube channel. I forgot my man's channel, but it's my man Sean G. And he's interviewing Melle, and Melle is working out nonstop. He takes no breaks.
Right. That's my workout. I call my style of workout is called compound cardio. So no matter what I'm doing, if I'm not stopping, because see, the main thing that you want to work out is your heart. Now, if you work out your heart right, obviously your heart, it sends blood to all your muscles and through your veins and all that. So you're going to get some kind of definition, to get some kind of pump and exercise the muscles. But the main thing that you want to work out is your heart. So, like a lot of guys go in there and then they try to get big. So then they're going to do 10 reps. And then they'll rest for about a minute and a half, and then they go back in. I don't do that. When I stop working out, the workout is over. So when I did the first one that I did with Sean G, when I was doing the calisthenics, I did about 28 minutes, light. That was light, you know what I mean? But I could work out for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I always do cardio. Like I get on the treadmill and do cardio right after the workout. But even though I added something onto that, I'll take a 10-pound weight, and if I'm doing arms, I'll do the arms for a minute, then walk for a minute, then do the arms for a minute while I'm walking, and then walk for a minute, and it helps the cardio go by. But I got that from Master G, because Master G trained too, and that's what he be doing. He'll take the cardio, he'll take the weight on the cardio machine, and while he doing the treadmill, he mess with the weights. So that gives you an extra. Cause see the main thing is this. I don't want to be strong. I want to be long strong. I don't want to be able to, if I'm going to lift 300 pounds, I don't work out like that no more. But I want to just be able to work out, and especially being on stage, how that is. Yes. That's like, you get on stage and, if you singing a rap and if you ain't got that wind, it's almost like you drowning. You know what I mean? You got to keep trying to catch that breath. I don't have that problem because my stamina, I'll be working on my stamina and my heart, to keep my heart rate up and like I said, just work on, making your heart stronger. And especially right now with all this going on, with the COVID and all that, you gotta strengthen your immune system because no matter how you believe, like if you believe in the vaccine or if you believe in the virus, if you don't believe it's the virus, the main thing that you have to do is you have to keep your immune system strong because see how my thing, my journey in fitness is you are your own physician.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go to see the doctor, it might be something wrong with you unless you're going to get a checkup.
Right.
So you don't want to get into all that. You want to learn about yourself. You want to learn about the human body. You want to learn about your body. And the main thing is even with diet and seeing, because the hardest thing with diet is everything that you or me or anybody ate, somebody gave us that to eat.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it might not have been good for you, but that's what it is that you had to eat growing up your whole life. So that's where the hypertension and the high blood pressure and all that come in because our diet is a diet. Our diet basically is a slave's diet.
Exactly.
But we don't work like a slave. Now, if you ate, you can eat fried, you can eat all that, but you have to work out or work, 16 hours a day to burn it all off.
Burn it all off, melt it all out.
You know what I mean?
Let it come out.
Brilliant what you just said about we ain't working, we ain't on a slave diet. That was brilliant.
Yeah, we are black people on a slave diet, but you don't have a slave work ethic.
Work ethic, yeah.
You're not working hard. So that's the problem. The problem is not only the diet. The problem is you're not working on that diet. We used to work from sun up to sundown, and I don't think hypertension or high blood pressure was our main problem. It was the fact we were slaves. That was our main problem.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So 400 years later, where we all on the same diet. And that's why it's so hard to change because, like I said, the way you eat was the way you've been eating since birth. Now, but if you do your homework, like I've listened to a lot of things and, a lot of people, and I remember it was one of the guys, he got a spot up here, older brother, but he got a spot up here called Sundial and he make products. And I was talking to him. He held out both his hands. He cut both his hands. He said, see, your stomach is this big. You only need this much food a day. Now, this is just 2 handfuls of food, right? I'm trying to eat 5 or 6 meals a day because I'm trying to get big. You know what I mean? And then I listening to what the brother was saying, and he was 70 something then, and me and him looked the same age. I was in my 50s.
What?
Yeah. So I do this. What I tried to do is this. I tried to just eat 3 instead of just trying to eat 5 meals a day. I ate 3 sandwiches and not big hero sandwiches, just bread, meat, cheese, right? Just 3 sandwiches. And I never lost no weight. So in that aspect, he was right because, and this is what he said. He said, a certain amount of food is medicine. And then if you eat the wrong amount of food, it's drugs.
Ooh,
you see what I'm saying?
Because your body, it's like a chemical reaction.
Right. It has to process it. So if it ain't processing right, it's the overload. Now you're self-medicating to a certain extent. You see what I'm saying? So even up to right to this day, and then if you study what Dr. Sebi is talking about, he says 20% water, 80% water, 20% food. That's what he says.
How much water do you drink a day? How much water do you drink?
I drink I'm not gonna say I'll drink a gallon, but it's close though. It's definitely close to a gallon. But I only eat 1 meal. I eat 1 meal a day.
Hey, yo, my man told me, said, so what you saying, Melly, is my mama been trying to kill me since I was a little one. Huh?
Hey, but see, but and that's the thing with diet. It's like I mean, in every country and in every in every ethnic background is attached to a bad. I mean, look what Italians eat. Look at how they eat with all the pasta. Look at how Mexicans eat. You know what I mean? It's but it all comes from, that's just culture. So it's hard to have a healthy lifestyle knowing your culture. You know what I mean? Or going by, what you was culturally used to doing. But like I said, I only eat one meal a day, one meal food. I haven't, I'm not going to eat a meal till after I work out later on tonight.
Like I said, I'm going to go back to something you said, because, like take, for example, like we eat soul food, and, a lot of us who grew up on soul food, like you said, the reality of it is that soul food tastes good, and it is good.
It's great.
If you're going to work out.
Right. You have to work it off, and you got to work out hard if you want to eat. Because now, see, with me, I could eat basically what I want to eat, because I'm in the gym working out every day.
Okay.
So, but now I'm only eating one time. So now I can eat now everybody can't do this, because I mastered my diet. My diet is only for me. So I can eat anything one time a day. But like in the day, like right now, I'll take spirulina, which is the protein source. That's why I can hold on to my muscle mass. In other words, I'm feeding my muscles. I'm not feeding my stomach. So I'm gonna eat one meal a day, and then throughout the day, 3 or 4 times, this is spirulina, and that's my protein source. Is blue green algae, right? And I take a lot of turmeric, and because it's an anti-inflammatory, and I take a lot of it because I got arthritis. So like maybe I take a lot of it. 300 milligrams a day is what the average person would take. I take 2,700 milligrams.
Damn, man.
3 to 4 times a day.
Damn.
But
3 to 4.
Mel, that ain't an overkill?
It's turmeric. It's just like you eating a lot of spice. You know what I mean? But it's like but it's a natural anti-inflammatory. Like before I started taking the turmeric, I would go in the gym and I'm sweating bullets, right? But it's not from the workout, because especially in my shoulder, but it's from anticipating the pain that was in my shoulder from the tendonitis and the arthritis. So what the turmeric does is an anti-inflammatory. Number one, it eases the pain from the arthritis and the tendonitis. Number two, I never be sore. So now my body is always in grow mode. I'm never in repair mode. You know what I mean? So my body it constantly it's always in grow mode. I'm never in like, oh, I'm sore, I can't move my arms. It's never like that. You know what I mean? Because that turmeric, like I said, and see, now this is my diet. Nobody else. You wouldn't be able to do it. Like so what my diet is a form of intermittent fasting. That's what it's called, intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Now the average person that does it, they don't eat all day. But now I'm trying to hold on to muscle mass, so I gotta eat something. So I take the spirulina, and then I take the turmeric because of the arthritis, and that's what I do all day: turmeric, spirulina, and water. That's feeding your muscles right there. The only thing your muscles need, and your muscles need is protein and water. That's your muscles. So that's your food for your muscles. And then one time a day when I'm hungry, or sometimes I'll get an urge to eat, I'll just eat the one time a day, and then I might snack, eat some peanuts, or I can eat cookies, ice cream, but just not a whole pack of cookies, but 4 cookies.
Like when you eat,
you know what I mean?
Mel, when you eat that one time a day, do you eat a big meal?
No, I can't eat. I don't even have a big appetite. Every once in a while, like if I eat like some real good food, I might could eat a lot of food. But you know, like last night after I worked out, I had some tuna fish, and I was going to make some a tuna fish sandwich or tuna, you know, but for some reason I don't know what happened to the bread. All the bread that I had in the refrigerator got soggy, so I had to throw the bread out, and I just ate tuna fish and crackers.
Oh,
I
okay.
ate about
So
I ate
Mel,
about
it sounds like you saying if a fat nigga was hanging with you, he would do this. He'd run away.
right.
It
Hey
ain't
yo,
gonna
you hey yo, you be wild. Hey yo, you be wildin'. You be wild.
Nigga, we don't be no extra fruit for the nigga. He just,
Yo, you be
right
wildin'.
there.
No, but you
no, go left, right?
no, but you know what? In the crib, I got all kind of snack, cookies, cake. Because I eat snack, but I just don't eat a lot of them. I eat 3 or 4 cookies. You know, I eat peanuts and a lot of peanuts, and you know, but I just don't eat a lot. You know what I mean? I don't eat like you know that's my theory on like how my man from Sundial said it. He said you know, too much food, that shit, it turns into drugs. It's not, you know, and then if you eat the right amount of food, it's medicine. It's that's medicine. You know what I mean? Or if you eat the
Now,
right types of food or eat it in the right way, it's medicine. So you
now
have
look,
to feed you have to feed your you know, you have to feed your body, not your stomach.
Mel, look who just joined us, Mel. Look who just joined us, Mel.
Heavily out. We just bailed.
What up, Pebs?
We just bailed out. They
Oh
just let
my
out.
God.
All right.
In the house. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. You said you had to feed the body instead of the stomach.
Yeah. That's the theory. You know, so you got see, but and that's what's the see. That's the thing with diet. Your diet, at the end of the day, if it's going to be successful, is only going to be something that you could probably basically do. I mean, they have basic diets that if you do it, you could gain weight or lose weight or whatever it is you want to do, because everybody's on a diet. But just most people's diet is just bad. You know what I mean? So,
Mine is
but
bad. Look,
yeah,
look.
but you.
My stomach is the new titty. How about that?
Wow.
Hey, Mel. We just, I don't, you know, I didn't. You told me don't tell them. We just bailed Pebbly out, so she's just getting out.
Yo, wait a minute. I had the worst morning. Look, after I got lost to go into motor vehicle, once I got here, I'm excited. I'm like, okay, I'm next. They was like, no, you got like 23 people ahead of you. I was like, 23. I started blinking, then my eyelash fell off. I'm down on the ground looking for my eyelash. I said, oh, this cannot be happening. So the lady in front of me, she said, well, maybe you could put it back on. I said, no, I'm going to have to spit on it. So I spit on it, and then I put it back on, and then the camera is leaning. I asked the girl, I said, yo, you could have told me my eyelash was leaning. She said, I know, that's the way you wanted it. Really?
Oh,
okay.
Hey, Mel, I got to say this. Look, you know, people hit me right now. We got to go into pretty much a couple of things, like when you first, because you got to say, talking to you is like talking to the beginning of this whole billion-dollar genre right now. It's like, so people asking me to ask you, like, where did the whole hip hop rhyming come from? Where did it come from? It wasn't like it was a whole bunch of people doing it before you. Like, you know, during that time, there was a lot of disco going on. Where did this whole concept of poetry and rapping to the beat, how did it come to you? You know what I mean? How did that come to you? How did
turning nothing into something?
The major influence in hip hop. I mean, anybody from the first generation, anybody that ever did it from the first generation, the main influence was Herc and them. You know what I mean? Because in that era, in Herc's era, of course it was no records, and it wasn't no real MCs. What it was B-boys and it was DJs. So either you was a B-boy.
Mel, explain to people what b-boy means. Some people don't know.
Yeah, okay. A b-boy is what is known as a break dancer, but the original term that that I heard from Kool Herc, they called it b-boys and b-girls. Because, like I said, now in the beginning, there is no MCing. You had DJs, and then you had b-boys, but Coke LaRock, he wasn't a DJ, but he did talk on the mic. So a lot of people would say he's the first MC. Not a lot of people, but some people said, but he never called himself MC. So he wasn't an MC, but he was the first guy to actually, he wasn't a DJ and he talked on the mic. So whatever Herc and them said, it was Kool Herc, Clark Kent, Coke LaRock, and Timmy Tim. And his sound system was called the Herculoids. That was his sound. You had to have a sound system. And most people that had a sound system, it had a name, and his sound system was called the Herculoids. And whatever they would say, that became the blueprint of what was supposed to be MCing. It's just like they used to they get the mic. And yes, y'all, you're listening to the sounds of the one and only Clark Kent, the home of the Herculoids, and this is the show. You know what I mean? And yes, y'all, my brother Creole took and yes, y'all, and that's how the term yes, y'all came up. Because he just doubled up on it. So anything that Herc and them did, we just tried to lengthen it. We expanded on it, and that's how all the original terms got started. Like I said, yes, y'all came with. And yes, y'all, you're so and so and so and so. You know what I mean? And that's how MCing got started. And now, like I said, a major influence was Kool Herc, Clark Kent, Coke LaRock, and Timmy Tim. And to this day, I mean, I've seen Coke. I mean, I've seen Coke, about a week and a half ago, and I've seen Clark Kent. He's still around, but I always wondered what happened to Timmy Tim, because Timmy Tim is like, it was an era, and this is way in the beginning where if you like, let's say if your name is Tim, they would call you Timmy Tim, and it's just like Mel. Is Melle Mel comes from Timmy Tim. You see what I'm saying? My Creole's name was Danny Dan. His name was, first my name was Danny Dan, Secret Weapon, the Master Plan, Secret Cool Solid Gold, they call me. But so that first original era, they just doubled up on your name. It wasn't like, we wasn't thinking hard. It wasn't like there was nowhere to go with it. But
the first rap and went and did it to the beat, man. That I need to know that before I jump out the window. When you wrote your first rap and spit it on top of a beat.
Yeah, so that was sometime around maybe 70 end of 77, 78. Melle Mel rocks so well, from the top of the world to the depths of hell, rock with the best and the most finesse, take from the top, leave what's left. You know what I mean? It was,
What beat was you rapping?
No, well, my favorite beat was always Punky Drummer. That was my favorite beat.
So Mel, in your recollection, now we know Coke LaRock wasn't an MC. Who, in your recollection, was the first guy to say, "Oh wow, I like what he's doing. He's like rhyming to the beat"? Was it like who was the first person? Was it you? Who was the first person that you heard and you did what you did to make? Hey, but I'm gonna do it like this,
Well, you know what was, but see that's going forward to years later. Like, I mean, I was so full of myself when I first started rhyming, and from what we was doing, and we had routines and we had harmonies, right? So anytime that I heard Kaz or any of them rhyme, the first thing that I would say to myself is, "What the fuck is he talking about?" But I was full of myself, right? So now the first person that I actually thought, and not that I thought, Raheem, he was, and not necessarily from me. But I had a brother, my youngest brother. His name is Lewis, right? And he, I guess he might have went to one of Breakout's He might have went to one of breakouts, block parties, and I guess he heard Raheem rap, and he talking about Raheem, and then he just talking. I just stopped and yo, but is he better than me though? and what happened was,
I know you. Did you hear the bass in this shit when he said that? That sounded like a motherfucking lion in the
project. I ain't trying to hear all that shit. I ain't trying to hear all that shit. Fuck is he talking about? But now what happened was my brother never answered me. He never said yes or no. He never said nothing. And that's when I knew he had to, we checked him out. He definitely had, a nice little flow. And then evidently, he was good enough to be down. We put him in the Furious Five. Like after we started out as the 3MCs, and then when we added Mr. Ness, and then he changed the name to Scorpio, that's the Furious Four. And then we added Raheem, and we became the fifth. But he was the first person that I actually acknowledged. And then truth be told, to this day, the next MC that I actually acknowledged, like Kaz, he's a great rapper and all that, but that even came later. Like actually acknowledging greatness was Rakim. I didn't actually acknowledge nobody until Rakim. Yeah, and then after that, Cool G Rap, and Cool G Rap, right, was the only MC that I actually listened to. Like I'll hear your shit in the club, but I ain't never to this day. I ain't never like if Jay-Z put out any of them niggas, I ain't never listened to their shit like that. I don't listen to. I ain't never listened. But I listened to, and it wasn't even the major Cool G Rap shit. He had an album called Games of Death, and there was a song on there called Tequila Sunrise. It was some other shit, and Van Silk was playing the shit in the car, right? And I was tired of hearing the shit, and I took the tape, right? And then when I got the tape home, I listened to it. And to this day, I'm in firm belief that Cool G Rap, hands down, line for line, is probably the best natural rapper that there is.
Thank you.
Natural rapper.
Thank you.
Telling
people that shit, man. Like,
absolutely. Shit. The only thing that was missing from his repertoire was that he never had hooks. His hook was just another fly 8-bar rhyme.
Yeah.
He just never had the hook. The hook could be 1 bar and you just say it 4 times, or it could be 2 bars and you say it 4 times, or 1 bar and you say it 8 times. Yeah. He never had that. I
used to tell people, no, you must be in my brain, because I says, are y'all really listening how nice this dude is? Or y'all just
that nigga, he was nice. I mean, he was nice. He was stringing up, and I said, see, Rakim, he was the one that he like everybody had to change their rhyme cadence because he was rhyming within the rhyme. And then Cool G Rap was just somewhere else. I mean, even with all that hard shit, he was doing that shit way back then. That's why I couldn't really relate. You know what I mean? Because I was wondering, why was he rhyming like that? So I didn't really listen to him. But then when I took that tape and I listened to him, I was like, yo, this nigga got to be the baddest motherfucker ever. Line for line. Some motherfuckers could write records better, but I mean, and to this day, he's the only guy. Like I've never listened to Kane. You know what I mean? Kane's voice was too deep for me to be listening to his ass. Like you ain't rapping to me, nigga. You ain't rapping. You know what I mean? Like, stop your bullshit. You know what I mean? First of all, you making light-skinned niggas look bad. First of all, you're giving all girl concerts, you black motherfucker. Nigga can't even get into the motherfucking concert. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker. You know what I mean? But G Rap was the only nigga I actually listened, and then everything else, like I'll hear it as I hear it. You know, I'm not, because see, and see, I think that's where everything goes south as far as with hip hop. You know, you listening to too much of this shit. It's one thing about hearing it, but you listening to too much of it. And it's especially even other rappers that's trying to create, but especially the average person. If you going to listen to because look, 95% of hip hop is just some nigga talking shit. None of this shit is rocket science. It's just a nigga, and this nigga's talking shit. He's fucking with you, right? That's all it is. He's fucking with you, right? Now let's just say, if you read the Bible or even the Holy Quran, right, and took it word for word, literally, you're going to come out fucked up. You're going to come out fucked up. That is the Bible and Quran, right? Now listen to DMX and take his shit literally, word for word. That's why everything is fucked up. Because niggas took everything that these niggas said, and all you had to do was just hear it and keep it moving. Listen to the song, hear the song, like the song, and keep it moving. But don't take none of that shit literally word for word.
Right.
Because now look what you got. When them niggas came out with fuck the police and all that shit, now niggas is gangbanging. Now you listening to some shit that niggas in Chicago was talking about. Who you gotta really listen to it because you don't even know what the fuck they talking about. And that goes back to what I was saying when I first started hearing niggas rap other than me. Every time you hear one of these niggas rap, and probably when niggas said it when they first heard us rap, like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? The fuck is this nigga talking about?
Man, come on, man.
Especially now, you guys that are rapping, you don't really know what the hell they saying. You be like, yo, I give up. They ain't
saying a motherfucking thing. But now when you listen to this, when you listen to a nigga like I said, 95% of this shit is just a nigga talking shit. Hey, 65-70% of my repertoire, I'm just talking shit. Ain't none of that shit. Ain't none of that shit literally or serious. But if you listen to a nigga talking shit and you take that shit literally and seriously, that's where you're gonna come out fucked up. Like I said, if you took the Bible word for word, you're gonna come out fucked up. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. So you gonna come out putting niggas' eyes out and taking niggas' teeth out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gonna come out fucked up. And this is the Bible. This is the Bible. Now, if like I said, if you listen to Kodak Black and take his stupid shit serious, and this is why everything is fucked up, because it's like niggas and see Whitey, they listen to it different. They listen to it and they go home. Niggas listen to it and they gotta stay where the fuck they at.
Yeah.
So now the reaction to that shit is most of y'all is turning into some bullshit niggas. Today's hip hop done turned most broads into a bullshit nigga. A bullshit nigga. Oh, bitch, you tough? Oh, you tough.
Yo.
Hey, Mel, I gotta say this. I need to know this, Mel. How was it?
Oh, that's good.
How was it when you first got the call? Like, hey guys, we'll get you guys into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How was that, man? How did that hit you? Man?
I didn't really think much of it, you know, because I would like first of all, it took a minute for me to grasp the concept of hip hop being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But so I get that part, you know. I get that part now. The main thing was they didn't necessarily want Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
They wanted hip hop. They wanted hip hop in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right.
But in order for you to do that, you had to pick a group first.
Yeah.
And the first group couldn't have been nobody but us. They wanted Jay-Z and them in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Wow. That's why that nigga got in on the first ballot. It took us about 2 or 3 times. Curtis Blow ain't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's crazy.
The Beastie Boys is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You see what I'm saying? They wanted Jay-Z came in the first ballot. So they wanted him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They wanted that era of the now era. They wanted more of a now era in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But they had to start somewhere. And that's why I didn't really, because I understood, I understand the game of it. You know what I mean? Any time that you're a part of the setup, you gotta understand that as you getting set up, or it's like you love, like I do it in the movie. It's like, where's the girl? Nigga, you the girl. You know what I mean? So it took years later, like, people will see me on the street years later, and then they'll congratulate me about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then that's when I understood that it was definitely an accomplishment. But like I said, they didn't want us in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame per se, but it had to start with us, because we was the most worthy group. If you had to take all the groups, I think Bam and them they got nominated a couple of times. They never made it, because it's a nominating process. Now Rogers ain't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like it's and some people say that hip hop shouldn't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I thought that way at first, but some of the songs of hip hop is just as great as the
Rock and Roll.
And all the music should be together, because it all started from one music anyway. It's just that the powers that be, they know how to capitalize on a thing, and they in control. So the main way you control somebody is through media. That was the Bible from the beginning. The Bible was just TV.
Wow. So Mel,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So was you more excited about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or the Lifetime Grammy Achievement Award?
I still say the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Grammy thing, it was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool. They still got to give me a Grammy for the Shaka Khan song. They never gave me a Grammy for.
Oh, that's what I want to get on. Lucky you said that. No, I wanted to hear this one. Lucky you said that, Bill. That's a question. Now, is it true that Shaka Khan didn't like rap? Didn't want you to rap on the record, but Prince had to convince her to put you on the record?
But I don't know if it was necessarily Prince. The record came from, it was a older white guy. It's a great producer, Arif Mardin. Mm-hmm. It was his idea to do the song,
right?
Mm-hmm. And he had a brother that was at Sugar Hill Records. Producing, his name Reggie Griffin. He produced Beat Street. He produced quite a few songs over there. And he produced Scorpio. He produced Beat Street, and he was working with Arif Mardin on the song, and he was the one that came with the Shaka Khan, the whole thing, and she just never really owned the song. You know what I mean? She never. I mean, Shaka Khan definitely all time one of my favorite singers. I mean, the first concert that I ever went to was Shaka Khan headlined the concert. It was in Shea Stadium. It was Brass Construction, Harold Melvin, and the Blue Notes, all these groups, and she came on last. And because Shaka Khan from the 70s, you had Jeanette Dubois from Good Times, you had Lola Falana, you had Pam Grier, and then you had Shaka Khan. Like she was like, like she was, I mean, those were them broads. Those was all our girls. You know what I'm saying? And God is great. God is great, and I just so happen to be blessed enough to do a record with her. Change the face of music. The first successful R&B hip hop joint. But I think it wasn't like maybe if the rhyme would have been more poetic, you know what I mean? Maybe she would have accepted it a little differently, you know. But it was just Shaka Khan, you know, just But and then that goes back to what I'm saying. When people listen to hip hop, she probably said what I said when I first heard. What the fuck is he talking about? You see what I'm saying?
No, was you at the Grammy Awards when you won the Grammy? Was you there when they won it?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the first time I actually seen Shaka Khan at the Grammys. I flew. Yeah, I never come in the studio when they did the song. They just shipped a 2-track up to Jersey. I put my voice on it and sent it back. I didn't hear no more, no more about it. You know what I mean? One time I was coming. I was in a cab. I'm coming uptown from the Roxy. I was high as hell. You know what I mean? And the radio was playing and shit, and then I heard this Shaka Khan. I thought I was tripping, like, you know what I mean? I thought I was tripping, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because I forgot about the song, basically. And then that was the first time I heard it. I was in the cab coming uptown from the Roxy, and then we went overseas. We did a USO tour, and we was overseas doing all the army bases and the military bases over in Germany and in the Grammys. They said that they wanted Shaka Khan to perform on the Grammys, so they flew me. I flew from London to LA and did the Grammys that night, and then got back on the plane and went back and finished the tour. And that was the first time I seen Shaka Khan that night when at the Grammys.
Y'all won the Grammy that night, right?
Yeah, record of the year. Yeah, record of the year. That was the record. That was the record of the year in the Grammys and in the American Music Awards. That was the record of the year.
That's what's up.
Gotta get clap that, man.
Yeah, but they gonna have to give me my Grammy and my American Music Award. They ain't get it to me yet. I'm gonna get it though. Hopefully I'll get it when I'm still alive. You deserve it. You dirty motherfucking shit. You should have gave it to me when I was 10 toes. You know what I mean? But no, but they go get to me. They go get to me. You know.
I'm gonna ask one more question, man. And I know y'all probably want to ask me. Oh yeah, I know we get off. So the message, man. Did you know that the message was gonna be a big iconic record like that?
Nobody knew. Nobody, only Sylvia Robinson knew how important that record was going to be. Nobody knew. I mean, even Big Joe, he'd just be standing in the studio with his arm folded. You know, he's strong, and you know what I mean. He's just going to back, he going to back his woman's play. You know what I mean? Because he had to believe her halfway, because she was the one that said that she was going to do Rappers Alike. And I know when I first heard that motherfucker, it goes back to what I'm saying. What the fuck is they talking about? So she came up with that shit. You know what I mean? So now you got the business. This was going to be she was so obsessed and about putting this record together. After they did the music, it took 3 days to mix it. She would tape up the board. She didn't want nobody in the studio at all. 3 days. And then when she come in, she take the tape off. We all in the studio, they drinking, until it got 100% right down to the second. The record is 7 minutes and 11 seconds long. And nobody thought that it would work. And actually, the message was supposed to be Sugar Hill Gang's record, because we had a record out. We had, It's Nasty or something was out. We had a record out that was supposed to be there, but they didn't want to do it, and nobody in our group wanted to do it. But I figured if she's going to do the record, because I know how she is, she gonna baby you. She gonna, it's her baby. So this next project, if she gonna baby this project. So I'm like, listen, hey man, if nothing else, I'm gonna eat good for about 5 days till this motherfucker's mixed.
Hold on, real quick. Prince Paul, is everything okay with your daughter? Everybody want to know is everything okay with your daughter? Did your daughter come back? Just let us know. Everything want to know. Did they find your daughter?
Did they find her? Did they find her?
Did they find your daughter? Just let us know. Hey, Mel, man, we're gonna wrap it up, man. We love you to death, man. We appreciate you coming on here. And
man, you're the best, brother. You the best, man.
Man.
Hey,
Man.
hey, yeah, y'all out there, go to furiousports.com, go get that pre-workout, and and don't listen to a whole lot of that hip hop. Them niggas, they'll drive you crazy, man. Don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
First of all, Khalil will not be going to that. He likes too much cake.
Hey, yo, hip hop is so fucked up. I'm serious. I'm gonna start doing some R&B. We got to get together. We got to get together and do something. I'm sorry.
Mel got a singing voice inside him that's coming out.
Yeah. I can do it. I got it figured out. As a matter of fact, I did a version of the message. I might need y'all to get on and do the backgrounds and shit. Yo, it's dope, and it's dope too. It's R&B. It's not hip hop. Okay. Hey, thanks for having me on. Hey, everybody out there, hey man, hey look, hip hop for life, real hip hop for life, and I love y'all.
We love you too, Mel.
All right, Pep, love you.
Okay. Love you.